Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be retightening this head of mine, my DIY micro twist locks. It'll be my third retightening since I started them, and I have about 1 inch or so of new growth. It has been 10 and a half, like 11 weeks since my last retightening. So 2.5 months, almost 3 months. And it took me that long to grow 1 inch of hair. But you know, we're just happy that we were blessed with the 1 inch that we did get. Anyway, so if you want to see me retighten and watch the results, go ahead and keep watching, or you know, you could just skip through it all and see the results if that's really all you came for. I'd understand. Okay, bye. So to start this process, you'll need a spray bottle with your favorite juices. You'll need some hair ties to keep your hair sectioned. You'll also need some clips, additionally, to keep your hair sectioned. And of course, the crochet needle that you'll use to actually interlock. First, I spray my hair with water. You want your hair to be moist, not soaking wet, but moist so it's malleable and it doesn't break, it's not brittle. Then you section your hair. This part is really important because, especially if you're doing this blind like I am, or you don't have a mirror and you're just feeling for it, it's more difficult to accidentally grab hairs that you don't want if your hair is sectioned. So then, to start the rotation, I'll just put my needle in sideways through the base and pull it all the way through. Then I go forward or backwards. I probably meant to go backwards here and pull it through. Then you go sideways again and pull it through. Backwards and pull it through. And sideways again. So you just keep going in the same 2 directions. You have to alternate. This is the essence of the 2-point rotation, is you only go in 2 directions. Use 2 points of entry. Here I'm just showing you a better view of me actually putting my hair through the crochet needle. I actually need to get a larger one now because my locks are starting to thicken up so much that they don't fit through the crochet needle anymore. Okay, so here I am going sideways through, a little close up. Holding the base just makes it easier to pull it through. Then I go backwards. See, in this one and you want to pull the needle up like to the top of the new growth so that your interlocked portion is as uniform as possible. Yep, and so I'm just going back again through. And one more time, I think. I do it one more time, yeah. Sideways. And then pull it through. Oh, I was feeling cheeky, I went again. So sorry guys, I lied. I do it one more time after that. So I've gotten a few questions on how I remember the last rotation that I did when I interlocked before. Like, how do you prevent yourself from going through the same hole twice? And basically, it makes like a inverted Y, and you want to go between the two forks of the Y. So not in between the legs of the Y, but through both of them sideways, like I tried to demonstrate in that with the diagram. That way you don't go through the same hole twice, because or hopefully you know, if you go through the same hole twice, so you go side and then side again, or back and then back again, instead of side, back, you'll actually create a hole in your lock, and that hole is really hard to get out. Trust me, I know from experience. If you notice it immediately, you might be able to undo your very last rotation and kind of save yourself a bit. But if you don't notice that you make the hole, it can be pretty permanent, pretty bad. Then you'll have to just find a way to repair your lock. So that's a pretty foolproof way of remembering how to figure out the last rotation you had, however many weeks ago your last interlocking session was. So at this point, I think you kind of get the point, and I'll just let you guys watch this time lapse of me retightening part of my hair. I kind of got bored with it, so it's not my whole head, but it's part of it. All right, thanks for listening, guys.
It little refrigerator on it.
So I'm officially done with my third retightening. I hope you like the results. I really like the results. I think I'm finally starting to see a little bit of my length come in, which is awesome. So I guess I should just talk about a few things. I told you guys that I went 11 weeks since my last retightening, and I attribute the reason I was able to go so long without retightening to a few things that I did. So I regularly washed my hair. I washed my hair 1 time a week. This allowed me to prevent buildup from accumulating in that same V where the last rotation was from the last retightening. The longer you go between retis, the longer buildup is able to accumulate basically in the same spot. So you really want to make sure that you wash regularly, or you'll have an insane amount of buildup by the time you get to your reti, especially, or is it reti? I don't know. Retightening. I'm just gonna stop being lazy. I'm gonna say the whole thing because I don't know how to shorten it. But you want to wash regularly so you don't get a crazy amount of buildup right there, because it can get kind of gross. So you need to wash regularly. Maybe not as often as once a week like I do, but once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most, you want to wash your hair. Also, after washing, step number 2 is really, really important, which is to pop your locks. Popping your locks means you literally take 2 locks together and you separate them at the base. So, I mean, obviously these are separated because they're tightened, but when you have a lot of new growth, the bases will start to like merge together. The new growth will merge together. So you just want to, when it's wet, not when it's dry because you will break your hair. When it's wet, you want to go through and make sure that none of the bases are merging together, and the action of popping is literally just pulling them apart. Pulling them apart so the bases don't merge. Just doing that, it's really, really simple. Just doing that will stop your retightening from taking forever when you actually go to do it. This retightening did not take me long. I mean, it took me a long time because I have 265 locks, baby locks, but it didn't take me any longer than if I were to go my normal 6 to 8 weeks. So I would say that popping my locks really, really helped with that process to keep them separated, keep them in their own lane. So that by the time you went to go retighten, you didn't have to like fiddle with the parts or find the stray hairs that were supposed to belong into one lock and not the other. And then number 3, so the third reason I was able to go so long without retightening was because my hair was growing with the lock. So your new growth can either grow with the lock or away from the lock, meaning that the new growth literally like separates from the body of your whole lock. But mine was not doing that. Mine was growing with the lock. I actually decided I was going to retighten at the 3-month mark, so 12 weeks. I retightened 1.5 weeks early because I started to notice that my hair was growing outside of the lock. This is what you want to avoid. So if your hair naturally always grows outside of your lock, then you cannot go super long amounts of time without retightening, because then the hair at the base of your lock supporting your entire lock will be substantially less. Like you will have physically less hair supporting it, and that could lead to losing locks and breakage and everything like that. So you can prolong your retightening as long as your hair is growing with the lock, i.e. most of the hairs are still feeding into that lock and not straying away. So that's really important. Don't just like decide, I'm not going to retighten for, 4 months if at month 2 your hair starts to grow outside of the lock, because you might lose a few locks. But other than that, that's really all I have to say about waiting my 11 weeks to retighten, how long the process took. Oh, I never actually say how long it took. And so it took me, I want to say 12 hours, which is like, honestly, it's my average. I'm not really fast at it because I'm prone to mistakes. Sometimes I will like tie a lock together or go through the same hole twice if I'm trying to go too fast. So I tend to take a really long time just because I'm pretty meticulous and I'm trying to keep my parts straight, and it's just me, so I'm not a professional. Anyway, if you have any other questions, please leave a comment. If not, like this video. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully, and I'll have some more content coming to you pretty soon. But yeah, this is it. This is all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and or subscribe.